Yeah, hi. The purpose of this video is to take you through how to use our room reservation system and our financial accounting system. So you want to know which room is available at any point or any date, which rooms are occupied and is occupied by who. Okay, so the reservation software will help us know that. Then the financial accounting software will help us also know our finances, what the business is doing in terms of incomes, expenses, whatever, whether the company is making profit or losses. So let's start with the room reservation. So let's say someone calls in and he wants to do some reservation. So we just open our room reservation application or system. So first, let's say the person is booking on a second for standard room. He's booking on a second, on a second and on a third. So what I have to do is I just go to standard on a second, type in the name of the person. I'll add his telephone number. Any other dates apart from this, so you realize that standard on a second is booked. Any other dates that I want to add, I can just right click here, click on insert comments, and type in whatever comment that I want to put here. Okay. Remember, this person is booking second and on the 3rd of January, so I have to just copy it to this end. So he's booking standard room on the 3rd and on the 4th. Okay, so the room has been booked. Now the question is, we are supposed to send him either an invoice or a receipt if he has made payments. So let's take first instance. On the 2nd, on the 3rd, he booked the room. Per our policy, you're supposed to make some down payment, or maybe you're supposed to pay all, or the client paid all money owed for these 2 days. So you go into our accounting system. So you have to log in with our username and password. So let me go back. So you realize that the system also automatically calculates the daily occupancy and also the average monthly occupancy. So I'll locate Lakeview by Agnes to see its financials or to enter transactions relating to the finances. So let's say this particular client, maybe he requested for an estimate. You can use the financial system to send him an estimate. You can print the estimate. You can also email the estimate straight to the person. Okay, so so if the person requested for an estimate, then I can just go to add a transaction and look for estimates. If he didn't request for estimate, but he just went in and accepted to book the room, then we create an estimate for him and accept any payment that he is going to make on it. Okay. My internet is a little bit slow, and that's why it's taking time to load. Okay. So here, let's say this particular client requested for an estimate. So what I have to do is select the customer. Currently, I don't have any customer in my database, so I'll just click on Add New. I'll add the name of the client. So let's say the name of the client is Nana Neburako. I have other details about this particular person I can add. Okay, his phone number, email address. So let's say the email address of this particular person is telephone number. You can add other details here. Okay, all other details you can add them here. Good. And once you finish, click on save. So his name has been added into our financial database. Now, what are we invoicing him for? So let's say we are invoicing him on the 2nd. Okay. For what? So I'll come to my product. It's standard room accommodation. Standard room. So the rate will come automatically. He's booking for 2 days, so check-in was the 2nd, and the checkout is going to be on the 4th for 2 days. So here I can now save and close, or save and go to a new transaction, or I can also do save and send. In that case, this estimate will be sent to the customer. You can also customize and specify which template you want to send. So in our case, I have a custom estimate made for Lakeview by Agnes. So this is our, so I'll just check it. You can say save and send, and the estimate will be sent to this particular email of the customer. So let me just do a preview of it. So this is how the estimate will look like. Let me just preview it. So let's see. But it's something that you can customize. You can do a little of customization in there. Okay. So accommodation standard 2 days. Check in. This is there. Any other details you can add in here. So this estimate has been added. Now he's not coming to make payment, but he's not making full payment. If he's making full payment, then you use sales receipt. If he's not making full payment, then you do an invoice. So for example, this particular client is making full payment. So in that case, I'll add a transaction like this, and you click use sales receipt. Sales receipt means that I'm doing a cash sale. He has booked for 2 rooms and he's paying full for all the 2 rooms. So I'll just select the customer or the client. Okay. Good. Then what form of payment is this giving us? Let's say he's giving us let's say cash. Any reference, you put it here. Then which of our account are you putting the money inside? So let's say the money is going to our cash account, or is going to our CGB bank account. So let's say this one is our cash. It's going to our cash. Okay. Then what service are you going to sell? So this person, we made a sale of standard 2 days. You can now repeat the check-in and check-out dates here. Okay. And go ahead and save and send this sales receipt to the client. However, if he is not making full payment of the 2 days, but he's making payment of some, then what you do is that you do an invoice rather. So I'll do an invoice. An invoice here means a credit sale. So I'll do an invoice for the person, for the client. So the client's name is Neburako. Good. Now immediately I select Neburako, the system will prompt me that I created an estimate for this particular person. Is it this estimate that I want to bill him now? If it's that estimate, then I'll just click on add, so that this estimate will be loaded into the invoice for me. Okay. Good. So you realize that it has been loaded into an invoice for me, so that I don't have to select that item again. So it's 2 days and it's here. Standard check-in is like this. So I can save and send via email to this particular client or customer. Okay. So let's say this one is invoice. So we're invoicing him 2 days. How much is he paying? So let's say he's paying 2,000 out of the 2,280. So he's leaving a balance of 230. So you can just save and send, or save and close without sending. So here, save and send will send it to this particular customer's email address here. Okay, so save and send to go. Now later, he's checking out. And he need to pay his balance. So what you have to do is that we record a transaction, we receive payment for the balance that he owes us. So we are receiving the money from the Neburako, and the system will tell us that he owes us 280. Okay, so I'll just check that he's paying this 280, and this money is going to our cash main. He gave us cash, and it's going to our cash main account. Here you can save and send to clear his account. Save and clear. So he sent. So here the system is keeping track of all our accommodation incomes, all food and sales. So for example, if during the stay they also bought some food, or we serve them with breakfast, if it is cash, I will just go to create sales receipt for any other service that they bought with cash or Momo or whatever. So the Neburako, what did he buy? He bought so these are the services for the accommodation that I add. So I'm going to add another service for food. So let's say food. It can be breakfast, whatever. And let's say any description on the food, you put it here. So here it can be banku, whatever, breakfast, whatever, you put it here at the description side. How much did he pay? Let's say 120 cedis. The money went into our main cash. The payment was cash. If it is any other form of payment, you select it, and wherever the money went, if it's Momo, MTM Momo, if you went to the bank, you select it, save and close, or save and send to send a receipt to him. So at any point, you'll be able to know how much you are generated for your accommodations. So I'm going to generate one report that will give us all my income and expenses. So based on the information that I've entered so far, let me see, I want a report on profit and loss. So let's say I realize that for the period I have selected, I mean this year, let me even do this month and run the report. Realize that for incomes, for accommodation income, we have earned this amount. Food and beverages, we have earned this amount, and this is the total. We have not entered any expenses yet, so that's why the expense portion is 0, and we are making a profit of this or net earnings of this. Now let me enter some expenses. Let's say you also made some expenses. So you pay some, you bought some prepaid, so I'm going to add one supplier. Let's say ECG. What are you going to pay him? Okay, you're going to pay him electricity. So electricity expenses. How much are you paying? You put the description here. How much are you paying? So let's say you bought 500 cedis prepaid, or save and close, or save and new to enter another transaction. Then you also pay them. Check account. Okay, so we have to select which account we are making the payment from. So payment method, let's say we paid with cash. Okay, so payment method cash. The payment account, let's say, is the main cash account. Any other details you can put them here. So our cash main account has this balance. So I'll just go ahead and save a new for electricity expenses. let me say I want to also add another expense, say for TNT. So you did some TNT to, let's say, one of our officers called Sheila. I'm going to add Sheila, and made payment to him for travel and transportation. You put all other details here, TNT to Abra, TNT to Accra and back, whatever. Then the amount that we incur. So let's say we give him 250 cedis for TNT, and we are making the payment from our main cash. If it's from the bank, you select it. From Momo, you select it. Then date also you select. So cash. Any other reference you put here. So save and close. I'm going back to my report. That will show me my profit and loss. You realize that now you see I have income from accommodation is this, food is this, expenses is this, electricity, travel and transportation, the total profit, the total expenses here, and the net profit or net earnings is also here. Okay, good. So I think this is a brief demonstration of how the system works. If you have any question, you can just email me. I'll do a video and send it to you, or you can also meet and I will take you through. Thank you.